the New York Yankees Recaps Podcast.
Only about 5 weeks until pitchers and catchers report. Those are some of my favorite words throughout the year. Pitchers and catchers report today. And we'll be hearing that in a few weeks. In the meantime, not a lot to talk about. I will make some predictions. In a couple weeks, we should hear about the Astros punishment. Word around the campfire, at least on the Michael Kay show, was that players may not be punished, but that you might see some heavy punishments for management and anyone who knew about this or who initiated this and never reported it. I mean, that could include Carlos Beltran, that could include Alex Cora, and it could include the owners of the various franchises. There might be various fines, things like that. So I'm here to make some predictions about this upcoming season. Prediction number 1, I think Aaron Judge will eclipse Roger Maris's 61 home runs in 1961 and set a new American League record with 63 home runs. His power is just unreal, and he has been hurt the last couple of years, so he hasn't had a chance to really bloom. I think they're going to have a healthy Giancarlo and a comfortable Giancarlo hitting behind him this season, or at least Glaber and then Giancarlo, so two really good hitters. And when you give Judge that kind of protection, you have to pitch to him. You got DJ LeMahieu on base a lot. I think Aaron Judge is going to put up astronomical numbers this season. Prediction number 2, I think Gerrit Cole might struggle out of the gate. He struggled to begin last season, and a lot of times for at least these warm weather pitchers like Gerrit Cole, who's from Anaheim, sometimes in cold weather they can struggle. But I hope I'm wrong on this one, but I predict that his first 4 or 5 starts, he's not going to blow anyone away with his numbers, but then I think he'll catch fire. Prediction number 3, I think Mike Tauchman is going to be an MVP candidate. Last year in 87 games, I think, he had a 3.6 WAR. So that comes out to about a 7 WAR, wins above replacement, for an entire season. A lot of that's because of his defense, but he was just learning how to hit in July and August last year. He was one of the hottest hitters in baseball for about a month. Number 4, I think Masahiro Tanaka's elbow is finally going to give. He's had a few years in a row with no health problems at all. I just think he's due. Generally, guys who have that torn UCL eventually need Tommy John surgery. Look at the story of John Smoltz. Same thing happened to him. He waited a couple years, but eventually it blew. And I think just the strain that gets put on a Major League Baseball pitcher's elbow it's going to force Tanaka to eventually have that surgery. So I hope I'm wrong on this one too, but that is my prediction. I think if anybody gets hurt this year out of the pitching staff, it's due to be Tanaka. Number 5, I think we're going to have a big year from Giancarlo. You know that he doesn't like to be called soft or weak or injury prone. He wants to earn that respect from the Yankees fans, and they've soured on him. He got booed at times. Actually, he got booed in his first home game, but there's a lot of pressure on him. But it might ease up a little bit with the addition of Gerrit Cole, the highest paid pitcher in baseball history. And Giancarlo, when he was on the field last year, was really good. He hit the ball harder than anybody. And he hit some of the longest home runs of the season. He hit that one in Texas over the visitors' bullpen. He hit one over the loading dock at Yankee Stadium and up onto that restaurant concourse area. Number 6, Zach Britton is going to be the best Yankees relief pitcher this season. He was still coming back from a serious Achilles injury over the last couple years. And when he pitched last year, he was dominant. Nobody keeps the ball on the ground better than Zach Britton. And they started to teach him, a new slider towards the end of the year. So I think you're going to see Zach Britton have a monster year out of the bullpen. Number 7, the 5th starter job will be won by Jordan Montgomery. Big lefty out of South Carolina. Big overhand curveball. Gets a ton of swings and misses. Unfortunately, he missed time due to Tommy John surgery, but I think with a full winter, a full healthy winter this year, to rest and get ready and train for the new season, I think he's going to come back at full strength. And that's my dog in the background. We got fucking animals everywhere. Jesus Christ. Number 8. I think Luis Severino is going to bounce back in a very, very big way. A couple years ago, he was 11-2 with a 1.98 ERA at one point. I mean, this guy was on fire. And then he has the pitch tipping problem, which causes him to get rocked for the last couple months of the season. And then this year is a lost year. I mean, he had an injury before he could even throw a pitch in spring training, so he's out for almost the whole season. And then he contributes a little bit, pitches in the playoffs, a couple games. He would have started Game 7 of the ALCS, but I think he's going to have a big year. Number 9, got to make a prediction about Gary Sanchez. I think we see the best Gary Sanchez that we've seen since his rookie year. If you look at his offensive numbers last year, they were better than his rookie season when he was essentially a superhero. Remember, he came up and hit 20 home runs in, I think, 61 games. He was hitting home runs at a better clip this year. He just missed more time due to injuries. He had 34 home runs. But he was basically on a 45, 48 home run pace if you take out the injuries. And I think they're going to try and keep him healthy. I think they're going to give him more time at DH. You know, maybe get more days off for Giancarlo to keep him healthy. More days off for Judge to keep him healthy. They should be good enough to absorb those blows. I don't think they're going to try and get 160 games out of guys. I think it's going to be more like 145 is going to be their goal. And then they'll carry a few extra players that can basically fill in and almost get, 300-400 at-bats at different positions. Guys like Tyler Wade, guys like Mike Ford, guys like Miguel Andujar, and, Kyle Higashioka. I think that Gary Sanchez is just going to have a big year. Number 10, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think DJ LeMahieu is going to regress. Last year was a career year. I mean, he's won batting titles, but he's never hit for power like he did last year. He's never moved around as many positions as he did last year. Last year took a lot out of him, his first pennant race, really. So I think you're going to see him take a step back. He won't be a bad player, but he'll probably hit 295, maybe 20 home runs. He might get hurt a little bit. He played the whole year last year, never got hurt. So I think you might see LeMahieu take a step back, but he's still going to be great. So, I mean, that's just, those are my predictions. Say what you will. I could be right, I could be wrong, who knows. Just killing some time until baseball season. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're interested in more of these talks. I plan to do an episode for every single game this season. I also have a weekly podcast called NYY Recaps. I just did an episode about the 1998 New York Yankees, my favorite team of all time. There's actually a video of it on my channel, so go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment if you think my predictions are nuts or if you think they're spot on. Let me know your predictions, and maybe I'll read off some of the best ones.